Hi, welcome back. Check out Contaminated City A. Okay, just Contaminated City in general. This is not necessarily the map A. It's actually surprisingly foggy when you look at it from this angle. If you're wondering where we are, if I can just start the processes real quick. Exit out of all of this, and here we are. I'm currently in the Destroy the Artillery mission, and it really surprised me how foggy it is down there. I think the sort of non-foggy perception of Contaminated City A comes from the fact that, well, in Contaminated City A, the actual, you're kind of above the water layer. So when you're fighting above the mist layer, but there is a mist layer. You head down here, and suddenly everything's sort of coated in the mist of the waters down here. Which I think is pretty cool. Anyway, we're not here for this, though. We got other things to do. It is a new season! The ranks have been reset! To be unreset in 2 months, as is the normal schedule. And this means we can rise through the ranks of A once more. Admittedly, I forgot to actually get into S rank last season. I didn't have a good opportunity. Half of me was like, I want to do it on stream, but the other half of me was like, if I do it on stream, what's the rest of the stream going to be? S rank? That's way too stressful. And the end result is that I never actually did it until I learned only a few hours before the reset when the reset was going to happen, and I didn't want to stress just do it in that time. So instead of starting from A2 hyphen as usual, or A3 hyphen as usual, go to the right button, we will be starting from A2 hyphen. But you know what? That's okay. That just means more fights for me. I'm in no rush to super rank up, but I also don't want to camp down here unnecessarily beating up on A ranks. And admittedly, I am very much out of practice. The longer that time has gone on, the less I have used Tidewater. Because, you know, the past few months in this particular season of AC6, I've been doing a lot of work for the RFC and hosting the lobby. And in an effort to make the lobby less boring when I grease the wheels and fight one person over and over again, I kind of swap ACs between matches for variety, and also because it makes it a more fair fight for other people who may be newer to the game or less experienced than I am in some way or another. And to help cultivate a fair, exciting match, I don't bring out the Punisher of Tidewater immediately. But this is ranked. This is where we gotta fight. But I guess now that I have a proper AC6 stream where it's not just an empty lobby, I can talk about how the RFC is doing. Make this a sort of impromptu update, community discussion type thing, even though I don't think the community is necessarily watching. I didn't announce this stream to them. Hello! Double coral thing. This is a very geometrically simple shaped AC. I'm kind of surprised. The shoulders, the weapons, the general frame, it all just makes it look very boxy. It's interesting to me. Ooh, you're shielded. That explains some of your resilience up to this point. I'm surprised. This is... I wasn't expecting a shotgun-ish approach to this. We're effectively dealing with a shotgun AC without shotguns. And it turns out it's working quite well. And that shield means that I gotta be a lot more careful. much better. But we gotta keep that up. Ooh, I didn't even get a chance to retaliate. Neat. Okay, so remember when I said we were starting at A2 hyphen? We are starting even lower than that. But don't worry, the rust will subside. I'll get my bearings again and we shall continue the fight. Morale is high as we enter the fight, as we begin the war. So yes, I will talk about the RFC. I will remember to talk about the RFC at some point, but I'm going to be distracted by the fights happening. Oh, look who it is! It's me, but slightly redder. Cool. What altitude do you think they're going to go at? It may have been a poor choice to do the rank reclimb so early into the resets, because we're going to get a lot of S ranks that are just climbing back up. Oh, not very altitude oriented, huh? Oh, I'm losing on AP. Ah, it almost worked. I got clipped by the cloud. I thought I would have done a good job quick boosting off to the other side, but no. Neat. You missed. They really like their cover, huh?
AP at 30%.
Ah, couldn't make it. I think they were well equipped to defeat me, knowing the matchup. Hey, we're back for another fight. In a map that has slightly less cover, but I'm sure they'll use it anyway. They seem coordinated like that. And there's no map in 1v1 ranked that doesn't have cover. You'll notice the particular lack of watch point roof. Okay, they just shut me out. How do we solve that? Maybe approach lower. And we gotta be careful of the big plasma beam, but other than that... Got him?
At 30%.
Close, close. The duel got intense at the beginning. Not a good sign that I'm losing every single fight. But it's only been 3 fights and 2 of them were against the same person, so statistically I think this still makes sense. If we want to start winning, we're going to have to use the law of large numbers. And maybe do better RNG manipulation. Oh, 3 for 3. Alright, focus. What do we need? Ran out of energy, but it was closer. Okay, so the soft block shots were better for that. I'm astonished that hit. I'm also astonished that hit. I think we're making improvements. I think we're forced to fight this person at long range. We try to approach and they hit us with stuff. But if we hold back, our damage output is slower and less reliable. But I think we need to accept that range and then use it to avoid things more better. Let's see if it's relevant in this fight. Is this a 4 in a row? No! Okay. This seems like a stagger into pile bunk combo, so keep some range and try and make sure that the vertical difference is more than 0. Ooh, we shared it. I think that was a good scenario for us. If we got staggered while they weren't staggered, we would have been in a world of hurt. Okay, that worked well. So keep that up. Maybe we don't even need to go vertical for this, for the most part. That was a good hit. God. I wonder what kind of core expansion they had. Maybe assault armor, and probably as a counter thing. I would like to know, actually. It was pulse armor. There's just an unused pulse armor. Interesting. I feel like there was opportunities to use it, but maybe they're like me and only like to use the core expansion as a counter for the most part. Like someone else pulse armors and then you pulse armor immediately. I see that a lot in fights between people that aren't me. I think it's maybe a simple, little bit naive method of doing it, but it is, you know, effective enough. Hey, we're back to this one. Ain't that neat? Oh, I'm over here now. Ha, you missed. Oh. Thought I had any AP remaining. Is there like a walkable path up here? Yeah, kinda. That plasma stuff is deadly. That's like 4 now? Okay, I think it's 4 now. Yeah, we did 3 in a row, then we fought the pile bunker one, and then we fought again. And it's another new person! Let's see. I think they're gonna try and do vertical dodgy stuff. Like, they're gonna stagger me over a long period of time. Maybe that fourth weapon that I can't see might have a part to play in this. There we go. Halfway there. Using the shimmy tech.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Oof. Yep, they're just trying to rush me down. But they're doing a good job dodging while they do it. Unfortunately, I've revealed my key tactic. So we're gonna have to go with... Don't care.
At 30%.
Okay, we're back. I have a stagger ready. Darn. I think I got too greedy once I had an advantage. That sort of reverse joint type kick into pulse armor kind of makes sense, because that kick will send an opponent pretty distant. You don't really have time to do an assault armor counter. That's sort of an interesting protection against it. Okay, double shotgun, double 10 cell. A simple plan, but an effective one. Where'd my opponent go? Oh, there'd my opponent go. Yeah, good plan, good counter. So long as we get the push. Okay, that's one. I don't know if that's indicative of the rust being removed, but I think the rust is being removed. I executed on a plan and it worked. It's a good sign. Oh. Pile bunker has been added into the mix. Alright. This person's going to be at extreme close range at all times. We can use that to our advantage. Ooh, blade! Neat. Didn't expect the blade. So they're going for something very interesting. They're going for the charged melee into shotgun for full stagger into pile bunker with Huxley for support in case the shotgun misses. Okay, with mutual fool. We both staggered at the same time, but it still worked out. Good fight, though. And we're back to where we started. The first 30 minutes of the stream do not count. We may continue. New opponent, 2 shotguns. That is a melee weapon. I don't know what the 4th thing is. So, crazy shotgun melee combos. I wonder, will they approach via shotgun assault boost or will they approach with the melee? Curious to see. They're approaching with the shotguns. The melee is now punish. Hope I missed. Oh, the cover saved them. Almost. That was fantastic use of cover. Aggression. Man. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm going up here. Seems like they almost like snake through the explosion. Ah. And we're back down. The ebb and flow of the hyphens. The various different classes of the hyphen nation. And we're back. Okay, so they do a lot of wacky zigzaggy approach stuff. I think I'm gonna wait until their EN runs out from doing that, and then go for the kill. Almost. Median. Felt like the timeline sort of desynchronized there for a bit, but it worked anyway. I'm gonna step up here, as what I like to do. Hello? They're just ever so durable enough to not get staggered by an ET Majestic combo. Which is inconvenient for me because that's like my main move. Cool. You can't do that when you have no health remaining. Hello, Thega. You appear to have been bifurcated into two messages, but hello. We're in the arena. We're doing arena stuff. Okay, everyone's just splitting their chat messages in two today. Interesting. Interesting development. Oh look, it's Ray again. Through the... I don't think that actually doubles our numbers. I think it just doubles the chat messages. You really should not have said that while Lark is in the chat, Thega. Lark's financial pod point pockets are deep. The bazooka would hit. I need to respect that their melee combo will be lethal unless I stop it. Like, it's a decent combo. Okay, I didn't stop it. I feel like the ease of becoming King of the Hill has risen due to the RFC streams. Because the King of the Hill price decays over time, and thanks to the RFC streams, it will decay for many, many hours. You gotta be careful of that. That said, someone AFKing in the RFC stream is also able to accrue many points. So I think maybe it balances out. Ooh. Short range except for the earshot. That's an interesting combo. Okay, maybe not super short range. They can shoot bullets. And you can shoot bullets at range. Yeah, go ahead and stream snipe me. If you want to fight with Tepid Eventide again, go ahead. Nope. Stay down. Surprised I missed with that. They're sad they didn't have their earshot ready to murder me when I got staggered. They're really sad about that. I have to imagine. I walked right into that. Fool that I am. I got real greedy with those true notes, but, you know, I think we're good. Done. Gotta get that good slow rotation victory camera. See, I told you, Thega, Lark is extremely wealthy. Lark was a big spender during the AWF and APOG eras. Yeah, Lark is addicted to gambling. Especially betting, apparently. I really hope Quint makes a triumphant return and we can do like APOG and stuff. I've been considering trying to like make an RFC event of some kind. I fear nobody will be there. And I don't know exactly what I would want to do for it. It's like, I want to parody Quint's intro to the APOG fights. Ha, you missed. Ooh, new approach. They've swapped out the missiles for coral missiles. I should have fired the earshot before the second Trino. Hello. Oh, I missed. Incredible. Oh, impressive hit. Okay, I've forgotten how to aim. Let's remember. There we go. I'm gonna lose on attrition. I lost on attrition. You missed. You did not miss. The earshot AoE is incredible. Alright, let's play this safe and simple. Let's try not do anything fancy. Just hit them with the bullets. You missed.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Ha! I wasn't looking. I had everything going for me, and then I got coraled in the back. I have really forgotten how to use Tidewater. I've been using Joyous Guard and Bristolian and Old Dominion too much. I've turned into a commissioner instead of an actual fighter. I gotta get my war legs back. Ah. Double shotgun melee missile again. Seems to be common today. Which is to say, I've seen an entire second person do it. But one could argue anything that happens more than once is a trend. If it only happens one time, it's an outlier. Pretty bad trend, but... which is to say, it's bad at being a trend. Ooh. Nice. I thought I was out of that. I'm looking this way. I'm gonna look that way. One more hit and I would have gotten it. Look, you don't just have plot armor. It's a currency. It's called the Pog Point. There's a whole exposition Quint gave on this. Go watch the clip about it. It's why they're called Pog Points. We didn't just invent that for no reason. There's lore. There's lore that explains the plot armor. Oh hey, Ray's back. Okay. Maybe we need to add in a command that will link that to the stream chat. So close to cutting through that shield in time. both reset, we're both good, we're both happy about this. Tactics.
AP at 30%.
How did those still connect? What shield? This didn't go well for you last time. Okay, it went well for you this time. I didn't think you were going to engage that soon, admittedly. Wow, we are making no progress today. Oh, it's the... Okay, this combination of arms and weapons is surprisingly common. I've seen it twice today. But the other half of this is the classic Trunos you've come to expect from local Rubicon supplier. You missed. Yep, you missed. Is this your plan? This is an incredibly silly plan. I kinda love it. That's such a funny opener. Okay, I think I've solved the puzzle. I solved the puzzle. Now I can leave. That's so funny. That is a powerful weapon. That opening is so silly. Just flailing around like a goofball, being like, you can't get me. I wouldn't even say it was effective. It was very much not effective. What was effective was just using the weapon like a normal weapon. Ooh, it's kind of me. Okay, well, they definitely know what they're doing on the evasion front, and that puts me at a stark disadvantage. Might have to go in for the kill. Like, so.
AP at 50%. At 30%.
That was the rare situation where the correct move would have been ditch the weapons and punch. I stalled, I didn't think of it in the moment, and I just sort of floundered there. And it led to my untimely demise. But I think I got a psychological profile on their movement patterns now. I need EN. I don't care about the stagger, I need EN.
50%.
And that's how you win. Also, to answer your question, Sega, I think it takes up a whole CPU core. I think it's like one NPC running on every core, doing their logic routines and whatnot. Finally, a plan comes together. Good. Good. I don't know why I jumped. And we're back. Once every 30 minutes or so. Oh, Shotgunner returns. I recognize that log. Welcome. Oh, I'm over here now. You have chosen, or been chosen, to get completely destroyed by my gun. Like so. I didn't account for the shield when I went for that melee. Okay, what's your plan now? Survival? You failed. Welcome to the ground. It's safer there. And just like that, we have any points in A2 hyphen for the first time today, I think. Solid hour in, rust is removed. Aspirationally, I hope it is. I guess now I can finally talk about the Rubicon Fight Club, because that's been like my project for the past month or two. It's been tough trying to get it up and running again. In terms of mechanisms, I've written a lot of like guides for the arena, because the reason I wanted to like fill the role of Fight Club organizer is for the arena. I liked that. The idea of like a solidly defined list of people who fight each other, learn from each other, and have like a hierarchy that they strive to attain, I thought was a cool way of going about like an online community thing. I knew they would shoot to the wall if I did that. Alright, buddy, get a little closer and then I can destroy you with my move! There we are. And like a week or two ago, we finally got some new members joining into the arena and community stuff. Because apparently we were mentioned on Reddit. So I'm now officially canonically famous. Just reset that. I have no idea how you missed that, but you did. Yeah, I don't know how that pile bunker didn't work. Oh, you mean the Reddit thing. It was just some comment that Makuti made in some unrelated topic about in the Armored Core 6, or maybe just the Armored Core in general, the Reddit place. I don't know the exact details of how Reddit works. I don't have a Reddit account. But from that, we got like 4, maybe even 5 new people. By the people joining from that and then bringing friends in separately. So that was good, and there's been new fights in the arena. People are fighting each other. It's actually like healthy and active, and thank you, Lark. On the mechanical side of things, the lobby has been a bit less of a success. I've been allocating, 12 to 24 to 36-ish hours of time over the weekends each week to having the lobby open, and now physically the lobby is working fine. The bot is doing a pretty good job of being the bot. New failure states are being found and fixed as it goes along. But it's a little bit of a mental drain on myself, because I have to sit there for 36 hours not doing things because I only have one operable computer space to function, and it's being used to run the RFC lobby. And then mentally, even if I'm doing something else, I have to sort of feel like mental strain. Is like, is it broken while I'm not looking at it? Has it been broken for the last hour? Like, I'm losing sleep over this. I have new baby syndrome. Interesting way of putting it, but I don't disagree. Oh, I lost the war. Yep, that's me losing the war. I mean, I need another lobby, is what you're saying. Wow, they did like a 360. That was cool. Mutual stagger is funny.
AP at 30%.
I don't think I'm winning, but I am enjoying this fight. Feels like a match between two equally matched forces. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful shot. Alright, dump it. Okay, I mean, I guess if you wanted to try hosting the lobby, you could host the lobby. You would need a few, like, support systems, because the lobby and the... Gonna restart that sentence. The automation for the lobby is handled by the stream portion of the lobby. Like, I am using OBS both to stream and to automate the lobby's features. At least to a certain extent. The stream is the eyes that the lobby uses to look at itself. And I use that to detect things, like if the game has crashed, or if the lobby has disbanded, or if we're on the results stream. And then I use the OBS triggers to activate things in another program, which basically just functions as a key macro that presses all the correct buttons to put the lobby back in a correct state. And yeah, I don't know if it's vanilla OBS, but I have this advanced scene switcher, and I use that for that purpose. I am no longer really focusing on the fight. Who am I fighting? Oh, it's the person with the log. Oh my goodness, I kicked so long their shield didn't work. That was interesting. No, the said program is, I believe, auto hotkey. It's literally just a script I wrote that's just like, hey, if this particular key is pressed, do this. And OBS presses the keys. Originally, I was gonna have OBS do all of it because OBS can also simulate key presses, but the way that OBS simulates key presses isn't compatible with hit video game Armored Core 6. So I had to use auto hotkey as an interim method. For the similar reason, I can't have Armored Core 6 alt-tab while I do something else. Because Armored Core 6's key inputs imply that it is the focused window. It doesn't work otherwise.
30%.
I completely auto-fighted that fight. I completely autopiloted that fight. And I guess I won. I think it's a relief to me, at least, that I can be subconsciously good at this game. I remember reading some, like, completely unsubstantiated report on the nature of skill and learning. And it goes like, you're subconsciously bad at it, you're consciously bad at it, you're consciously okay at it, you're subconsciously okay at it. The subconsciously bad at it step is when when new people are really full of themselves and overconfident, or at least you just don't really have a good understanding of what's going on. Like, the controls are new, you're like, how do I press the shoot button? But you switch to, like, consciously bad when you start understanding what your mistakes are. Like, you realize that you've made a mistake, and then you start refining it. Then you get to the consciously good step where, like, you can consciously make decisions and be like, ah, yes, the decision I made is good. And then those good decision makings become like muscle memoried in, it becomes instinctual, you're parsing information without having to consciously process it, and that's when you sort of go into like turbo mode. Now I'm not at turbo mode, but I can at least hold my own while holding a conversation elsewhere. That's sort of how it feels for me. I should make like an Armored Core 6 ambiance video. I'm not going to say ASMR because ASMR is a very specific psychobiological response, and I just want to make cool ambiance. Like, it'll just be sort of like still camera in various locations that I can just walk up against a wall and have Tidewater be transparent as it just sort of looks in the environment, listens to the sounds, and has the good view. It's kind of like how I did the intros for Tears of the Kingdom Scenic Route, because, well, in order to get Link off the screen, I had to sort of, you know, hug myself against a wall somewhere. Because it's always third person, it's just third person with player culling. This person's making interesting use of the electrical systems. I woke up and I got my butt kicked. I feel like I need to embrace the fact that I do not need to be high production. I can just make streams that are whatever I want. I'm gonna do like a 24-hour stream that's just like, I'm gonna pretend to be an FSTV camera in the contaminated city. It's gonna just be, I'm just gonna sit there. Nothing's gonna happen, the camera's not even gonna move, I'm just gonna be there. It'll be great. There we are. I know, and I don't get the lesson because I have too much perfectionism in my heckin' heart. And I need to fight it. I need to fight it at every opportunity. And I will fight it again. I will fight it. How would you make a stream a wallpaper? I don't know why I went for the ET there. Really was a majestic moment. See, like, that's a conscious mistake I made. Really hoping I would have more energy deterrence on that. Gotcha! I guess you could full screen it. Maybe there's like one of those advanced desktop programs which aren't really a desktop, but they pretend to be, where you could just have the window full screen but behind everything. Could be an option. Maybe I can try to set that up during like the August inconvenience. If the stream dies, the stream dies, but I can just try and just run it. It is about to be August. The inconvenience is coming. It's a canon event. I don't know what it is, but it's a canon event. Okay, so you can run it as a video, I guess. I guess I can just make it like several hours long and then you can loop it. You know what I'd really like to do is I'd like to have like multiple recordings of Okay, here's the problem. I know that I said... Okay, here's the loop of problem for me. I reject perfectionism and have a silly idea, but then I have more ideas to make the idea even cooler. But then it becomes so grand that it becomes an intimidating entire full project that I want to give my focus and attention to. And then it becomes so intimidating and my perfectionism makes it not happen. I was just about to add like so many unnecessary features to it that would make it indeed cooler, but even less viable. Nice shield. Oh, I almost got it. I think I made some poor attack vector ideas near the end there. And then they comboed me down. It's only a rat if they try and time out the clock. If they're just hitting you, it's a missile kite. It's like, that's what the rat in Missile Rat stands for. Race against time. Be bamboozled. They were indeed bamboozled. They were not bamboozled enough. Also, my condolences. I also struggle against long-range missile opponents. Oh! Oh no, another theory has entered the chat room. As far as, like, the RFC consider it, we categorize a rat as somebody who tries to win on time, and vilify it by making the match time limit 10 minutes. It's our only real fighting style that we despise. So I like to think of it as the literal time mechanic, RAT, as opposed to, I don't know, it could be runaway time. There could be two different uses of the word. But if it's just runaway time, I would just call them person who runs away. Just a hyper kite, or, you know, maybe just someone who's... It could be both. Ooh, double pistol! Happy to see this. Thank you. Double pistol, happy to see. Joyous guard, but it's not me. Ooh, good hit. You got shot. What you gonna do about that fact? Get hit more? Sometimes I think that I am too high up to make the explosive thrower go good. If I'm gonna hover, I need to hover as close to the ground as possible so that they can't go under the ET. That's a skill I need to work on. Nice. Good stuff. Oh, was that you? There's a large discrepancy between in-game name and chat name. I didn't notice. Neat. Vega's been trying to stream stripe me all day, but I think they're still stuck in B rank. Ah. Vengeance. Okay, we got missiles. Don't know what the fourth thing is. Is it a melee weapon? Maybe a knife? Seems a bit unconventional for the range of gun they have. But we've seen it a lot today. Could just be another missile. Okay, I believe you. I'll give you the... Yeah, I'm not going anywhere except for further on this stream. Okay, it's the knife. It is the knife I'm seeing. I don't want to start asking for like RFC allocated funds so I can get like a second computer to do the lobby dedicated 24/7. But I do gotta invest funds into it somehow. And I do not have money innately. That was a cool knife move they pulled. If you want to reset stagger, I'm okay with you resetting stagger. Okay, but is it good enough for AC6 and streaming it? Because that's a separate question. Because like I said, it needs to be streamed because that's the automation for the lobby. 30 FPS. Okay, we gotta go down to 30 FPS. I mean, I could just have OBS open, not stream it. Just use OBS's features. Wait, why is a 1650 less powerful than a 1060? What is this numbering system? Oh, that one's just really bad? NVIDIA just really didn't know how to make a good graphics card for that one. That was a good Majestic hit right there. You know what? Sick of this. Get ship damaged. Okay, completely unrelated question, but inspired by what just happened. How good are grenades at defeating, like, small winged insects? I think I'm going in there. Okay, I seem to have lost the ability to shoot this person.
At 30%.
It's unfortunate. I kind of need to shoot them to win. Yeah, I lost the attritional battle. When my opponent starts getting really good at dodging, I tend to struggle. Then again, I think anyone would struggle against an opponent that they are having a hard time having shots connect against. Okay, I've equalized it slightly. Nope, I'm losing on missiles. I lost on missiles. I guess. I think I should really figure out the design. Like, mechanically, what do I need? How do I get together? You know, build a budget, and then go to the Internet Television Council of people and be like, hello, may I please have the funds to make a cool lobby? And they're gonna be like, well, what's the financial value of this thing? Should we invest in this? And I'll have to tell them that, that on average an RFC stream gives me about 75 cents a day. And I don't know the calculation of the electricity bill, but that might not be... it might still be net negative. Plus there's like general maintenance you'd have to do. I didn't think I won yet. I had to get 1 or 2 more hits in for that. Speaking of psychological issues I have that I need to get over, asking other people for help. Or even like requesting a thing, because I mean, I'd be perfectly okay with purchasing a thing if I had money, but I don't have money, so I need to get that money. And that's either going to happen by the kindness of other people, or I have to provide a service for them. I have too much of a psychological mindset that the most important thing is to avoid being a burden to others, and that involves as little interaction as possible. And if I got a problem, I should not bother them with it. But no, what the heck? How dare you? But people, they value the things that I do and am, and I need to accept that. And I need to let them act on their own selfish desire to benefit things through me. Actually, that raises a question. Like, is your intention to like hand it to me, or just like have me control it remote? Yeah, remote control. Yeah, you probably don't want to ship it that far. Hold on, I'm fighting someone that looks intimidating. I'll think later. They missed. Hello. Ah, okay, they've got the combo, Bob. And instinctively shielded after it for some reason. Okay, anticipate the plasma shot real quick. Wait for it. They didn't do it. Alright, I was anticipating the plasma shot. I thought it would be funny. We're tied! Oh! Just barely lost the stagger game. Sometimes I wonder how much more lethal I would be if I had terminal armor. Part of me says very, part of me says not at all. Like in that fight, I feel like it would have made the difference. But that's sort of the thing. It only makes the difference completely or just makes you lose slower. You have to sit there and sit with your thoughts and be like, man, I lost this fight and the fight's already happening for 5 additional seconds. That's depressing. It makes me depressed to do it. I haven't really actually ever done it because, you know, I only use assault armor, really. And at the very least in a team fight when it happens, because you gotta use terminal armor in a team fight, you're still actively trying to, like, fight off the clock when you do it. Hi. A little embarrassing that I missed. Stop jumping, I need EN. I think EN management and the associated problem of overcommitting to a fight are my 2 primary weaknesses. Yeah, no. Oh, yep, okay. It is indeed a one stagger kill combo. How'll they respond if I do this? Yep, I figured. I'm up. Ha! You lost your combo! You lost the match! You know, I get the weird impression that this person was not taking me seriously. And they got buried in the ground for it. What I did or what they did? Oh. I mean, I thought I just fought the fight all right. I thought they were applying a little bit of sass when they flew away after the mutual stagger thing. Hey, we're back and on the same map, too. Okay, they're not prepared for this opening. Alright, here's the opener. Walk backwards. I'm over here now. I never would have expected it. You've been hit. You've been struck. I don't think this person has the best sort of sense of environmental presence. I'm seeing a lot of instances where they sort of just flew into a building blindly. Sort of got stuck on its edges a little bit. Oh look, they learned to not hit me with the combo. Close. Close. Okay, so it definitely seems like their objective is to just take the AP lead and then disengage and then wait for me to do something silly. But if we win, that won't happen. That's how you be not in the battle, by ending it. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Thank you for using the POG points to do the gameplay. Hey, Lark, you invented the new follower technology, right? Is there a mechanism through which we can do specific channel redemptions in the mechanism? Like, is that one of the triggers available that we can sort of hook up? This is a complicated name. And is that a can of Monster? Alright. Because if I'm gonna make the pod point thing like a thing, I could make it a thing. That was brutal. That was a brutal fight. My word. A little too slow on the melee. That's the trick with the blender. You don't not have a lot of time to engage your attack. You got to anticipate it. Progress resumes. We're resuming progress. Oh, look who it is! Ray has returned. Little does Ray know we're in the future now, and I'm slightly better at playing than I was an hour and 40-ish minutes ago. Nah, Ray is marching. Either it's a victory or the grave. Time will tell which. We have to wait till they collide with the surface.
AP at 30%.
Ah. That's because I parried your joke by turning it into my joke. Like tennis. Like I took your joke and I expanded upon it, turning it into my own joke. Thus I became immune to the effects. just funny. Darn. I think Ray and I are evenly matched. We keep taking games off each other. Now you may think I am losing a lot today, and I should probably be getting upset. And normally you'd be right. I get a lot angrier at games when I am not streaming. But for some reason, when I end streaming, I have a very convenient outlet to convert failure into funny. And it works. It actually works. I don't get it, but it works. Like, I can consciously observe, like, how I would be feeling if I wasn't on stream right now, but I am, and so I'm not. This is perhaps the opposite of how other people who stream may get a little more hyperbolic on stream. I do not. I get more grounded. That was a foolish idea, but I did it anyway. Maybe it's because I have, like I can talk, I can emote, so I don't have to, like, hold it in, because no one's around to receive the consequences of my actions. Okay, that one did actually hurt a little bit, I admit. Apparently I do have a limit. This does not bode well for me. What the heck? I don't even know what happened there. I'm not even sure what I think went wrong. It felt incorrect. You can tell my patience is wearing thin when I don't talk as much. Part of me thinks maybe I should reseed the RNG. Maybe that would help get me out of this loop, but also that feels like giving up. So I'm kind of stuck here. Someone else seems to... Wait a minute, that's the Coral Blade. Are they gonna go for the swoosh? Are they gonna sweep? Let's find out. They did not go for the sweep. Maybe they will this time, as an adaptation to my tactics. They went for a sweep of some kind, not the one they needed. Okay, I needed that. I'm equalizing. Understandable. To be fair, I'm not progressing all that fast either. Hey, the Monster Energy drink can is back. Go do that. Good morning. This is a very particularly mined alpha-y looking AC. Maybe it's just the core, maybe it's the core and the shield together, the laser drones. It just gives very, this is a all-mined made AC vibe. Which is interesting, considering I don't even think they were trying to do that. Okay. You gonna try and barrel at me with death and destruction? Yes, you are. That was a bad call. Worked out. Hit.
At 30%.
Everything was reloading. We made it. Oh, we made it. We almost did not. I feel like that's the wrong... Okay. So, I didn't mention it until right now, but I did notice at the start of this fight that that AC was named Cherno. And I have a few opinions, being a Cherno fan myself, on how Cherno that AC was. I don't think... Okay, there are two elements here. One is invoking the, like, psychological profile of Cherno, like how Cherno would play. And then there's invoking, like, the vibe of Cherno in, like, the collective conscious. In terms of the vibe of Cherno playing, I do think that is an alright depiction. But I like to think about the vibe of, like, just the Cherno vibe of an AC. And I definitely think, I don't know what everything else would be yet, but I definitely think it would involve the duo missiles. For that good old icicle fall action. Plasma, maybe lasers because they're more blue. Okay, I gotta use my Lubaloo training on this one. Okay, so the trick with fighting a tank is focus on dodging. This might come as a shock to you. I'll just go over everything. I don't care. Think I care? I'm a Tetra, I can fly. That's like the thing advertised about a Tetra. Oh, they pulled it back. Impressive use of cover positioning tactics. They were able to turn that around. I'm impressed. They're a lot more patient than a lot of the tanks that I fight. I've lost them. Oh, they're there. Maybe it was greedy to fire the Majestic before dodging. Then again, maybe the shotguns are a good choice for Cherno. If you're doing like Icicle Fall normal, then yeah, the combination of duo and shotgun, or yeah, duo and shotgun would actually do quite well for you. And I guess you don't want to lose as the AC you're piloting. Maybe you go for something a little more sparkly, like the plasma guns. Give that little snow burst AoE thing. Full confession, I was not paying attention to what my opponent is and what they're piloting. Something very light and evasive, it seems. Nice. Got it. It was a little bit to be desired with their evasion. They didn't know how to solve for the explosive thrower. I don't even know if they accounted for it. That was my big strength in that fight. And if I timed my explosive throws better, it would have been even more beneficial for me. I have a bad habit of just sort of unloading everything one after the other at once. It makes me extremely vulnerable, and if I keep missing, I don't have the opportunity to reset. Because I'm in the thick of it, and my thought process is, you know what, how I'll get out of the thick of this hectic situation? By winning fast. And it doesn't necessarily work. I need to learn how to disengage. Now I'm disengaging of my own free will. There we go. I'm sorry, Thega. You now is how I was earlier. I think I figured out how to hit me. There we go. For how rocky the start of this was, we're pulling it back. We functionally made all this progress in only the last hour. Back to the contaminated city. And now that I'm looking at it, you can see far off into the distance the fog and mist. But here on this elevated platform with very clearly defined bounds and a giant wall to one side, it's not as prevalent. This is the third fight in a row we've had. That's the RNG for you. Okay, they've definitely caught on to my tricks and are learning how to dodge me. Which means I gotta do this. It's not working.
50%.
Darn. Could have just shot them. Steady. Oh, they were good at dodging that. I'm surprised they aren't staggered right now. Surprised that didn't hit.
AP at 50%.
Oh, that must have been real close on the damage. We got there. Sometimes these fights are less big climactic clashes with ebbs and flows, and more like a shooting gallery with a time limit. I didn't really feel in threat of being like suddenly overwhelmed by a massive attack. It was more so just my health was slowly draining over time, and if I did not hit them soon enough, I would be losing. But I did hit them in time. Ray's back! Oh goody. There's a little bit of latency going on with the loading. That's not using latency correctly in a sense, but you get the idea.
AP at 30%.
That was an interesting sort of fencing match we had near the end. Whoa, that was teleport. They're teleporting on me. Wait, what? They still had their health though. They still had their health. What happened? What's going on? I caught you. I think the internet's breaking. I think the internet broke. I don't know what's going on. I'm looking at my streams and my frames and cell signal data are still fine. So that's not the problem. I think Ray entered a tunnel. They're playing Armored Core 6 in a vehicle, and they just drove into a tunnel. Look, it's me playing in an AC. And look, over there, an AC with flare. Very shiny. They think they're hiding. Okay, so now I know that they just used their assault armor. Oh, they got me. You think they're gonna hide behind that same pillar? Yeah, they are. Get over here. Tried to funnily hit them with AoE. Was a messy engagement. We just kept hitting each other until one of us stopped being able to be hit. But also, their plan appears to be to ambush me with a charged laser shot, and it's just not working. And look, they've given up on the practice. Yeah, I don't know. Their plan fell apart. Congratulations on winning with 3 AP. I would appreciate it if there were things you could buy with all of the NP points you get in the arena that was maybe like season dependent. Like you can buy it in a season, but then when the season's over, you lose it, you gotta buy it again. Because I have a 6-digit number of NP points, and I don't care to use any of it because I already have what I want. I got my banner. I don't need anything else. And I'm thinking maybe you could get like a cooler outer border to your banner. Maybe just to represent how frequently you fight, how many points you get. Just to give something to the people who want to grind for a number to go up. That isn't necessarily based on winning so much. Hi. You're up to full move now. Pile bunkers have not been having a good... Pile bunkers have not been working well today. I don't know why. That's not even the first time I just carry a pile bunker. Yep. I've been injected with enough needles. I'm immune. I've taken my shots. I stood there purely for the comedy of it.
50%.
I could have moved, I didn't. Not today. Look, you saw that. You saw that laser heading right towards me, and I was like, no, you're not gonna live long enough to get to 0 degrees. I love these little stories that happen. They try and hit me with a non-directional laser, but their health is at 0. Aha, round 3. Let's see what happens. I feel like they might be regressing a little bit. And I worry that they might be tilted at me as well. And that is the cause of the regression. And so I feel a little sense of unhappiness at this. And a little bit of, like, undeserved shame. Like, I shouldn't feel bad about this. I am fighting. We are fighting. We know the rules. We know the stakes. And it's just not working for them. And it is stressful. And unfortunately, it's causing even more straightforward wins. My apologies to you, Chaos. If this continues, I think we'll be on track to get to A3- today, but you never know when all doom and destruction may appear out of nowhere. It could happen. It could happen to you. It happened to me. And it could happen again to me, because it's not like a one-time event. It can happen any number of times. Ooh, very Gundam. Barbados Lupus Rex, welcome. Double Javelin, double Excision. This is an AC designed to look cool and be cool. But also they're going to be like a mid to long range kite. Which I struggle with. And those Javelins are not to be trifled with. Okay, yeah, they're doing real good at dodging my everything, and I'm getting real good at not dodging their everything. Okay, we need the True Note to come in clutch. There we go. Impressively lethal. Alright, focus. We want Unlocked majestic shots. Only unlocked majestic shots this fight. Exactly like that. Okay. It worked really well. We made a conscious strategy shift and it worked for us. I think that's why I like Tidewater. You can shift your strategy without shifting your build. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Thega. Back in space. So earlier when I was on this map today, which is to say earlier in this stream, I didn't bring it up, but I was thinking, how is there gravity here? But then I thought about it, and I realized that if you look around, there are entire rings surrounding the planet of Rubicon, which means that it's not necessarily the case that this structure, which is on a ring, I'm pretending it is for the point of making this make sense, that ring might not be spinning. And if it's not spinning, we do not have the virtual gravity that comes from orbit.
At 30%.
Oh, I was really hoping that would work and it didn't. Wow, okay. This person's a hunter. I'm sorry, Thega. You can only be in the oven so long before you gotta cool off. Maybe take a break. And you know what? Once I get to A3 hyphen, we can fight each other just to fight each other. 'Cause that's fun to do. Now, I'm not there yet. It'll take a few more fights, but take that time to recuperate from your oven experience. I actually think it's a very good metaphor for this kind of intense effort into something that succeeds and fails, and, like, you know, playing a ranked video game. I was way too far away. That was a terrible play, and now I'm losing. It'll be a little longer, Thega. I was turned into cheese. But yeah, back to the metaphor. Because you enter a heated environment, which is, you know, the lobby, the matchmaking, the pool of people who fight, and you interact with them. The heat gets transferred. You warm up. Eventually, you get to a point where maybe it, like, overheats on you. You get cooked, so to speak. But also, you get, like, heated, as in salty, sour, etc. All these metaphors that happen to include foods and tastes. And then you gotta step out, and then you gotta cool off, and you can go back in once you've added more ablative shielding. Which I guess is like bread. I don't know how bread works. That was an incredible dodge! That was an incredible dodge by my opponent. They jumped over the barricade. My opponent is a tactical genius. Okay, that was just a very awkward engagement. Nobody won that, but I lost it. Nobody won, but I lost. That was cutting it close. It was probably a mistake. I hate these shotgun combos. At least the numbers has a lot of 4s and 0s exclusively in it. Very nice and clean numbering. So it's good when you have a power of your base multiplied by a number that is less than your base. Because then it's just one digit and then zeros. Okay, so you swapped out the punch for the actual pile bunker, huh? You've evolved. Interesting. Oh, they dropped it. Move! Yeah, okay. I get staggered once, I lose. And like I can reset, but I'm still in the middle of the fight. This is additionally frustrating because it feels like I can win. And then I'm not winning. Ooh, tank. Also, Aleph 2. Dealing with the uncountables here. Hello.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Oh, that hit. Cutting it extremely close. Welcome to a cover-based shooter, apparently.
AP at 30%.
Okay, I did not play that well at all. I should have stayed back. I should have kept fighting the long game, but I got greedy. I got hungry for carnage. In fact, there's an argument to be made that I should just ditch the ET for this fight. Oh, I almost flubbed it up with a bad QB at the end, but we lived. We did it. We won ever again. Back at the contaminated city. It's me. But like heavier and earshotted. So who knows how this is gonna go. You can do it, Fig. I believe in you. Meanwhile, I have to fight myself. Ooh. Wow, I lost fast. I can't really stay grounded for this fight because they have the ear shots. So I do need to engage them on their playing field of sky. I think he had the range on me there. That was too close. That was too close. There were times there where I thought I had already lost. And yet I didn't. Has there been some, like, major cultural meta push towards those big coral beam laser weapons, and specifically those arms? Because I used to never see them, and now I'm seeing them a lot. I'm wondering if something happened. Some cultural change. Could be. Could very well be. Yep, there's the heavy me again. I'm not even sure what hit me, but I got hit by it. It didn't seem like there was a projectile. I might have covered it perfectly, but it also could have been invisible. We may never know. Okay. I don't really know what to say about that last fight. It sort of occurred. And we solved it. That was an interesting fight. It had a lot of weird twists and turns. I had to really think differently about how to approach, but I did it. I think ultimately what turned the tide was that I had some pretty good weapons to just sort of hit him with. They didn't care much about dodging in the heat of the moment. And they had a bit of a psychological disposition to attack with the charge ET, which I could counter by quick boosting in literally any direction other than forward and backwards, and then hitting them with an uncharged ET at close range. Hey, they've swapped out the ET for a bazooka. That might actually make the difference. They're evolving. They're evolving. Oh no, now I've been countered. They changed one weapon and now I've been countered. Now my ET is functionally useless. Unless... Okay. And that was probably what hit me the previous fight where I couldn't see the projectile. That, like, completely uncharged shot. Makes sense. It is pretty thin on the approach. Ooh. Alright, we're still in it. Reset.
AP at 30%.
Their evasion has gotten too good. I cannot maintain my aggression anymore. Oh, okay. A little more stagger and I would have had it. Maybe I should have gone for like a kick. That would have been a wild move. And they've completely kept their weapons the same. Time for a rematch. I feel like I should not be using the assault armor for this battle. It's not helping me. But maybe it's not helping me because I'm not getting close enough. Let's go for something extremely risky. Yes! I knew it! We have a plan. So I'm just gonna fire like a blind shot like circa over there. I need a yen. The True Notes for the win! Oh boy. I'm gonna let the RNG be re-rolled. I'm gonna go fight Air 1.
Raven.
Main system activating combat mode.
Done. To the nets, to the rank, to the single, to the Megan matchmaking. Who we fighting? The Gundam is back! And I am front. Together, we make both sides of a coin. Though there may be a resemblance. They did not try as hard to be long-range and evasive that fight. I wonder if they're trying to counter me based on the results of the last battle. Fascinating. You got too fancy for your own good. You tried to counter my AA, but it made you vulnerable. That was close, though. Vega, you did it. You aid. Congratulations. You did it. I'm putting the pod point in the chat for you. You did the gameplay. Well done. And now I have one more fight to do to get into A3 hyphen, which is sort of the goal of today's stream. Going up 1 hyphen for me, at least right now, seems to be a decent one stream activity. But if the A ranks are going to be this cutthroat for the entire season, it might turn out to be unattainable. Back to the contaminated city. And who we fighting? Evil taxes! Missile and double blade with a scythe. Yeah, you cool off for a bit. Been in the oven for a while now. You missed. You missed. Let me get cool on this. Yeah. Cool dramatic shot on top of the building. Okay, so they're playing this like Toho. Which is to say they're being the Toho boss. That don't work against me though. Did it do do did it do do did it do did it do did it do. Get equipped with 1040 form. We made it to 3 hyphen. We did it. All right. Now, I am gonna go into custom lobby. Let's put it at like 10 minutes, because I'm the owner of the Rubicon Fight Club and I gotta represent what we represent. Keyword shall be EXC, all caps. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit and whatever occurs will occur. Cool. So, how you doing? Collective view of the people viewing. I personally am doing all right. I'm not really sure I've settled into what my current relationship with Armored Core 6 is. A lot of it's sort of been consumed by my obligations as described in the Rubicon Fight Club. Because, I'm in charge of it now, basically. And being in charge of it sort of makes you take a step away from actually playing the game and take a step towards well, the regular management stuff, like making sure that you're filing the results of the arena duels, trying to think of ways to get people interested, ideas to just sort of improve things. But, like, the reality of the situation is that the RFC is mostly a quiet zone where there's only, like, 4 or 5 active members. And occasional people who show up and do a thing. And I don't have the mechanical resources to improve the things the RFC provides, which is the lobby and any better automation for the arena system. I could automate the arena. Attempting to automate the arena is what destroyed the previous owners' like morale. Like it was their last project before they mysteriously disappeared. So I'm afraid to try it myself, and who knows how Discord shenanigans work. But maybe I don't have to automate all of it. Maybe I can just automate some of it. Somehow. And one of the advantages of automating it is if there's an automated system, there can be an automated message system for that system. And if there's an automated message system, I can sort of put the rules in the messages as just sort of an automated thing. Even something simple, like a command in the Discord server that's like, /challenge person I'm supposed to challenge. It maybe is able to recognize who you're supposed to challenge, but maybe that's a stretch. But you challenge them, they get challenged. Like, the bot makes the thread, it announces to the person, hey, you've been challenged. Do not reply to this until you are ready to get your butt-kicking shoes on. Then the other reply happens. It just sort of makes the scaffolding a little easier. But I don't know, I feel like also just the ability for the opponents to talk to each other casually, add their own flair and flavor, is part of what makes the arena better than just sort of this being a bootleg ranked mode for not the game. Because there's people with personality, there's like a Rust cult, I don't know what that's about. There's like people with flavor and ACs and backstories and lore and stuff. That's what makes it cool. And it's not necessarily the case that you have to go into this fighting with the meta or just like your best AC. You could go in with like a different AC just for the flavor and the style. You want to be a character, the arena can let you be a character in it. There's value in that. Also, Thega, are you like actively gonna return here, or is your cool off permanent? Because I've been sitting in a keyworded lobby and nothing's happened, and oh, you're not even in the chat. You're not even here. You don't even know what's going on. Heck with this. I'm gonna do... Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attempt to do a team fight. Let's swap out for the terminal armor, as is culturally appropriate for any team fight, and let's see if anything happens. If I'm going to be sitting somewhere doing nothing, accomplishing nothing, I may as well do it in a place where something might happen. This is much more exciting. It's also a lot more hectic. I prefer the custom room music than the ranked room music. A little too intense for the interim between battles. This is about what I expected from attempting to play a team match in ranked. Okay. Given the state of things, I will give it, let's say, 1 minute 30 seconds from right now. At which point I will stop attempting, and we will just do like another 1 or 2 1v1 ranked matches just to dust things out and call it a day. Because Vega's gone. I don't know if anyone else is actually here. I can't just boot up a lobby out of nowhere. There's a time and place for that. "60 seconds remain." Ten seconds remaining. I'm trying to get a signal by rotating the antenna core. Connect. Okay, nope. Time's up. Okay, back to singles matchmaking. Let's not forget to put back on the real core expansion. You know, when you make the core expand. That's why they call it that. That's not why they call it that. It could be why they call it that. Ooh. This is an interesting arrangement. It's like the box trot, but different. Using the Alba legs and the RAD core instead of the Noct and Basho, respectively. Just said Noct and Baus, respectively. Because I called it RAD instead of what it's called. Because I forgot what it's called. Is it just the Wrecker? No, I don't think that's the Wrecker. I think that's the Dafeng core. My mistake. I don't really plan to, like, do stuff. This opponent is acting strange. I don't really know how to describe it. There's just some oddity going on here. This fight doesn't have the normal... Oh, I think I understand. They're using the King Shield. That explains a bit of their unusual behavior. The King Shield, you have to, like, do, like, crazy stuff to... Yeah, okay. So... the King Shield leads people to the worst of places. It's an interesting idea. Actually, now that I think about it, it's a really interesting idea. They don't even have a weapon there. It's just shield and fist. But I think the idea is that you stagger, and then you just punch repeatedly, giving time for the shield to sort of reassert itself if it breaks. Maybe they could have used a bit more effective of a weapon than just the Exogen walking slowly. And maybe they could have optimized themselves for speed a bit more. Actually, I don't know. I've decided I am very curious about this opponent. I want to see. Okay, so the booster's the Flugels. And the Flugels are alright. They're actually a very good melee booster, though a bit more well-rounded than the Kikaku boosters, which are a big, it's a benefit. It lets you adapt. There's the King Shield. You have a shotgun that I don't even remember you using at all. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I've cracked the code. This is not what I thought it was. Their plan was to stagger me once, then do some crazy shotgun punch combo. That's probably what this is. I see. Well, I'm glad I didn't get staggered because I hate those shotgun punch combo things. It's just obnoxious when you have to sit there and not play the game for an extended period of time. But the idea of using the King Shield as a way to get, like, major durability in the early game, and then, like, work around it with these types of weapons, I think there's a design space there that I want to see explored. To you, a Taxu, I would recommend ditching the punch shotgun combo because you're gonna lose my respect for using it. But keep the King Shield idea around. There might be something there. You could be the great new engineer of a new playstyle. I would like to see it invented. Okay, we had one mystery. Let's have one more fight. Loading. It's loading a lot. Is this a normal load, or did I just suddenly become impatient? No, I think it's loading. I think a lot of loading is happening here. In excess of the normal amount of load that happens. Hey, we're in. Have I just suddenly been assigned B rank promotion battles? If yes, I feel bad about fighting them in Tidewater. Rather switch to like Joyous Guard. But I will give them a fight. But maybe I'll cool off a little bit on the Trunos. That's sort of how I balance Tidewater when fighting a opponent of lesser skill than me. I forego the Trunos more frequently. Where are you going? Hi. Interesting moves. Actually very good at evasion. That skill will serve you well. Alright, good job. Let loose the Trunos then. Good evasion skill. This might hurt them. This might break their spirit. But okay, I'm gonna give them a fair shot in getting a promotion win off of me. No true nose. In fact, ditch them. I want to see you evolve as a fighter. Oh, the lag has kicked in. Good. Keep up the fight. Keep up the aggression. Oh, plus one. I'm sorry. It wasn't meant to be. I can't leave it like that. Did I just win something? I spammed through that, but I think maybe I just got a banner of some kind. I don't think that was my 1000th win. Maybe I just hallucinated it. But I'll check. If that was my 1000th win, I feel bad for that being my 1000th win. But it also feels like that's way too low for it to be my 1000th win. I fought a lot. Could be, though. Back at Contaminated City. Hello. I remember your name, but this was not the AC you were using. I think you were the Coral Blade Scythe person. But now you're some, like, super missile build thing. You missed.
AP at 50%.
It's weird, being a Tetra and thinking, I am too high up. I keep thinking that. It's messing with my ability to hit them with explosive throwers and majestics, and the True Nose. Just everything is harder to hit. Farewell. I can't, like, keep proceeding like this. I can't just keep one more matching perpetually. That's unhealthy. Also foolish. So I'm cutting myself off. No more. But regardless of all that, this was a good time. It's always nice when the season resets and I can fight in A rank again. It's pleasant. As far as the Rubicon Fight Club, I'm gonna need to think of some ways to improve stuff. I guess I will talk to Thega about the remote stream lobby thing and see if that works. I don't think it'll work personally, and I'll probably just have to find my own. Make purchases under the int business. Put it in like a weird office server somewhere and just have it run. It'd be cool though. I hope I can get everything good and working to the satisfaction of everyone. I want to just help the community, give it back, give good, keep it healthy and pleasant and peaceful as giant fighting robots can be. It's good. It's good. This is good. I'm good. We're good. We good. And I hope you have a good. Because I'm Exception. This is InTV. Have a good day and good night.